This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by flip-flops. Wait, no. This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by Socks and Sandals, the official footwear of dads everywhere this summer.
This episode is also brought to you by Crocs, only acceptable to wear if you're a baby on the beach or a grandma gardening.
This is Real Garbage. Hello!
Hello!
What's happening? The eye raise up the way. What's up?
What's
up,
happening?
everybody?
What's happening? No,
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I brought snacks.
You did. Oreos,
Yeah.
though, I can't do.
Cinnamon bun Oreos.
I just can't eat Oreos anymore. I was telling you, I used to do a whole case, like a whole pack, like 30 Oreos in one sitting, and just hate myself after. So I've, cut down on the sweets. I'm more of a
salty, savory.
Yeah, I'd rather eat chips.
Same.
Ketchup chips.
Oh.
Have you ever eaten so many ketchup chips that your tongue starts to burn?
Yep, same with salt and vinegar.
The only way to stop the burning is to eat more ketchup chips.
Yep.
It's like a vicious cycle. Burn. They're so good, though, I can't stop.
That's why I don't think I'd be able to survive in the States. Like, they don't have all dressed, they don't have ketchup, they don't have dill pickle. Those are Canadian flavors.
But they got different stuff. Like,
That's
they have
true.
Crystal Pepsi and Cherry Coke.
Crystal Pepsi's here.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that's where
I've been able to
I
find
think
it.
my buddy Tyler shipped a bunch from the States or
Nice.
brought some back. He's always got he's got like ketchup chips and Crystal Pepsi. He sent me a picture yesterday. I was like, nice. What a time to be alive. How's your weekend?
It was good. What did I do? Nothing. I went on one of our really sunny days. I went for a walk in Sydney, like all along Talista, the beach. Oh, it was so nice.
It's a nice spot, eh?
It's the first like long walk I've been on this season.
Did you walk by that statue of the dude sitting there with his hands together? Mm-hmm. I want to get a picture. I want to get a big blunt wrap and fill it full of weed and just get a picture of him rolling a big blunt. Because every time I walk by it, because I park, I work in Sydney at Harrow's. Shout out to Harrow's. And so I park on, I think around those tennis courts there, like the skate park.
Yeah.
I park just around there, and then I walk to the water, and I walk down the water. And every time I walk by that, I'm like, God, I want to put something in his hands. Just rolling a big joint. With put a book in his hand with a bunch of people around it like he's reading a story.
That'd be cute.
What story would he be reading?
The Hobbit.
Class. Precious.
I got to work on my Gollum voice.
Yeah.
And my Professor Frink. I want to do a stand-up bit where I leave you now with Professor Frink doing something like, making an excuse for premature ejaculation or something.
Well, if you look at it this way, 10 seconds is actually a lifetime in other places, so really, you just got a lifetime of fucking. Sorry, you're not satisfied.
And then roll into your Gollum voice and be like,
No. We want it. We hate it.
There was a filter on. I always put on a hoodie for the start of these, and I always take
I
it off
know,
because I'm too
and
warm.
you're like, you're sweating.
Just can't find the happy medium. Gosh.
Put the hoodie on your legs.
Yeah. We are wearing shorts and a hoodie. It's cloudy outside. The windows are open. Window is open. Mm-hmm. And it's warm in here. This apartment gets hot in the summer.
I bet.
I'm not excited about it. I think I might get one of those little tiny portable air conditioners, though.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're really good. I'm not sure how they work. I don't know if you need to connect them
To the
outside
window?
or something. I hope not, because
know.
it would not work with these windows.
No.
You just need one of those little 1 foot by 1 foot windows. Somewhere.
Get a tall stand-up fan.
I do. I have one, but I bought it for $60. And it's one tall like this.
Good
and it
Lord.
just oscillates.
Go to Walmart. I
And-
got mine for 20.
I think I got mine from Walmart. Maybe it was 40.
well,
But
it ripped you off.
It already just it sounds so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw it in the dump or something.
I need to, in the wintertime, I need to sleep with a fan on.
I used to be like that.
It's not even at first I thought it was a sound thing, but I discovered that if I overheat in my sleep, I have nightmares galore.
Really?
And I cannot sleep. Yeah. I remember earlier, last week, the power must have gone out or something, or I don't know, but the fan was off and I had a dream that my grandma died. And I was so depressed all day. And it was my one day off in
That's horrible.
days. And I woke up and I was just like, and I ended up just like watching Dr. Phil with her like all day and like
I
day
love you,
drinking.
Grandma.
Yeah, I was so depressed.
So happy you're here.
And I like texted Brandon and I was like, he's like, when are you coming over? And I was like, I don't know. And just so you know, I'm really depressed right now. Like, I cannot get out of it. So don't expect me to like do anything aside from lie in your bed and sleep and watch movies because I am having a dark day today.
I can't remember the last time I had one. I remember one nightmare. I had like, it was weird. I killed my dad in my nightmare. And I woke up like bawling. I was like, what the hell did I? It was traumatizing for that night, at least. And I woke up the next day. I was like, okay, I feel good.
You're like,
But I can't remember the last time. I don't have a lot of nightmares. I think I can count on one hand how many I've had in my lifetime. Is there like a reason you have nightmares?
I don't know.
Imbalance in something or something going on in your
or
life? Or
overheating.
Yeah.
Like, it's a correlation. Like,
don't they say like if you're drowning in a dream, it means you're really stressed out and like drowning in life essentially or something
but
like that?
I don't believe that because I'm stressed out 24/7 all the time and I have never had a dream about drowning.
You don't seem stressed.
Great.
That nervous laugh. No, I'm about to
fine.
crack.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, fine.
No, but like lots of my dreams regard like the death of like a loved one or like my grandparents or Brandon or like my close friends. Part of me wants to Google it, but another part of me is like, what if it's like,
Oh my God,
fucking
I'm haunted.
psychopath.
You're a witch.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep using witch on these.
Yeah.
He's
You're a witch. Burner.
Anyway. Like, you ever become lucid in a dream?
I've never done or had lucid dreaming, and I'm so happy because I like literally when you said that I got sweaty.
Really?
It makes me so nervous.
Oh, I love it. It's happened to me a few times, probably maybe like a dozen different times, where towards the tail end of a dream, like a really crazy, vivid dream, I'll realize I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming. Like you just realize, your mind just goes, I'm dreaming.
I've
and then
had
you
something
start,
like that.
You start controlling what you're doing.
I've never been able to do that, but
it's neat.
I have become aware in a dream that I'm dreaming.
I looked into what you actually have to do lucid dreaming, and it's like you got to draw a dot on your hand or something, and then it involves clocks and the dot. And you look at the dot and you go like, am I dreaming? And then you look at a clock and you look away back at the dot and then you look back at the clock. And it's supposed to, if you do that like a dozen times over the day for so many days in a row, you'll start doing it subconsciously in your dream. So at one point you'll look at your hand and go, am I in a dream? You'll go, am I dreaming? And you'll look at a clock. And apparently clocks don't change or move in dreams, which is very weird. I remember reading that somewhere. So it's like, yeah, if you look at the clock while you're awake, like let's say an analog clock, and it's moving, you're like, okay, I'm awake. So when you do it in a dream, you find a clock and you look and it's like, oh, it's not moving. I'm in a dream.
Ew.
And then you're like, booyah, let's fucking fuck some shit up.
Oh, I don't like that.
Why though? Like
so
you could
creepy.
live out any fantasy in your dream. Like let's say you want to fly. Well, maybe you could
guess.
fly, I guess. I don't know if you could. I haven't tried. But I've, like I punched people in my dream. Like, I'll punch this person. Boom. But then like you try to run. Yeah, you're not running.
No,
you're not running.
Always like slow. Yeah, it's so slow in
Like you're
dreams.
stuck in that bog like Artax and Never Ending Story. That's one of the saddest scenes in film history.
Horse died in real life.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
The horse literally drowned in that scene.
I didn't know that.
Oh, sorry.
Why did you? God damn it! What was it? The Swamp of Sorrow or something?
Yeah.
Fuck. That was like, come on, Artax, and the horse just gives up, and I'm like, I didn't know it died. Fuck. That's horrible.
I know.
I hope they only had to do one take.
No, they just got
Imagine
another
that kid
horse.
wasn't drowned. I wasn't crying. Like, listen, we didn't get enough emotion. Pull the dead horse out. Get another one in here.
Oh my God.
So terrible.
Yeah.
But not as terrible as this movie.
Boom!
Segue. Yeah. No. You liked it though. Okay.
I didn't hate it.
We watched Pixels, everybody. Pixels with Adam Sandler. Happy Madison. Another Happy Madison. We just did
Yeah.
Ridiculous 6 a little while ago. That was horrible. Made in 2015. Hour
Which was
46.
surprising.
Yeah, hour 46 long. 17% from the critics, 46% from the viewers.
Jesus.
Yeah, the critics were hard. Like, Yeah, I didn't hate it. It was kind of fun to watch, but it was so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I had so many issues with it. But it was based in 1982 at the start, and I was like, yeah, that's the year I was born.
Oh, really?
Yep. Oh. 36, 37 this year.
Wow.
It's coming up. So,
Old.
arcades. Have you ever stepped foot into an arcade?
Yes.
Where?
In Edmonton.
West
in-
Ed
yeah,
Mall? Was it
Reds.
like the big one?
Yeah.
That one. Wait, hold on. How long ago?
Oh, God. Like, I was maybe 10.
So
11.
was it the one that was attached to like Playland? Or was it the one that was like a separate place in the mall?
It was upstairs in the tippy top of the mall. It was
Okay.
Red's Rec Room.
That's the newer one. So when I was there, so you said you were 10, so it would have been 14 years ago. I was there I would have been about 8 years old, so 28 years ago, 29 years ago. And it was attached to the actual like Wonderland or whatever that Playland place,
Galaxyland?
Galaxyland. It was attached to there. And I swear that place was like 80 yards, like 100
Right?
yards long, like the size of a
Huge.
football field.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing.
And it was pitch black.
No, see, that's the new one.
Oh,
This other
okay.
one was different. So it was the old arcade, and it was massive. It was like the size of a football field. The one they got now is maybe half a football field, or a third. Like I went there a couple of years ago. I was like, man, this isn't that impressive. And they got Dance Dance Revolution in there, and there was a
God.
dude. There's always one guy
Just
with a headband
giving it.
on, elbow things, and he's just
like-
fucking drinking Gatorade. Like, boom, let's do this. It was fun to watch. I was like, holy shit, this guy's taking it really seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to love the arcade. And it was always 25 cents a piece. It was like, when they bumped it up to a loony or two, I'm like, that's bullshit.
Right? That's a rip
25 cents. That's it. And like you do the old washer on the fishing line trick or drill a hole through a quarter, just boom, 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 bam, unlimited credits. It worked sometimes for some machines. But yeah, we had in Brandon, my hometown, Brandon, Manitoba, we had Magic Mike's was the one that was in our mall attached to the food court. And then they turned into Topo Gijo, stupid name. Then they have Ruckers. Ruckers is still there.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how it's still in business. Who the fuck goes to arcades these days?
Old things are in now. Like,
Yeah, retro stuff.
right? Like,
Yeah.
people are obsessed with like record players and vinyl, and you know, I've even seen like 8-tracks being
yeah.
sold in thrift stores for like a shit ton of money because they're in, or like Walkmans, or
Well, they are apparently there's bands putting their songs on cassettes. I've heard of that.
Stop, I
Yeah,
love
like
that.
releasing stuff on cassettes. I'm like, that's actually
Hell
pretty cool.
yeah.
I don't know where you buy a cassette these days though. I haven't seen one in.
Radio Shack.
I guess I've legitimately not
Source
seen
now.
one in like a decade.
I remember.
Excuse me. I need to go to a doctor to find out why I burp so much.
That's
My
what Brandon tells
family
me.
was laughing at me every time I burped at Christmas time. Brr, my sister's going, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
You're like, I don't know.
I just
don't-
drank some water. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Your burp
Arcades.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so-
retro stuff.
yeah. So
Cassettes.
I had this Ricky Martin cassette that oh my god, I fucking listened to that shit
Does it have Livin' La
every
Vida Loca
day.
on it?
Yes, and it also had
Inside out, living la vida loca. I said, hold on. I made a note here. There's a movie you may have heard of this called The Wizard from 1986 or 87, and I believe it had Ben Savage in it, not Fred Savage, like the older brother. And
Boy
he's-
Meets World.
He's a kid.
Him.
He's a kid, and there's this his friend, this mute kid, is like an expert at video games. And they go to a video game championship competition, like in Vegas or something.
Okay.
And oh god, it's so bad. And for the final showdown between him and the other guy, they play Super Mario Brothers 3. That's where they
Whoa.
introduced Super Mario Brothers 3 was that movie.
Ooh.
But I said we should review The Wizard because it totally made me think of it.
should.
I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Video game movies.
I
I'm down
love
for
Ben
that.
Savage.
It's bad. I remember it being kind of bad. Mm-hmm. I loved video game competition, 1982, arcade showdown. I loved young Peter Dinklage in this movie. Like the actor they
Yeah.
got to play him was so good. I actually thought it was. I'm like, whoa, wait. Oh, no, he's going to play the old version. I got it. Mm-hmm. That was good. The Fire Blaster.
Oh, I forgot at one point. I forgot his name was the Fire Blaster, and I called him something
Tire
else.
Master?
Blaze Fingers. That's what I called him.
Pretty close.
I could not remember Fire Blaster. I was like,
Pyromancer.
yeah, I was like Blaze Fingers or something because video gaming. I don't know.
Burnt Hands?
Yeah.
Toast Digits?
Crispy Fingers.
Crispy Digits? Crispy Digits. That'd make a cool song.
Ooh.
Or a
Crispy
cool nickname.
Digits.
That'd be a good gamer tag.
Crispy
Digits with a K
Oh.
and a Z on the end.
Edgy.
Edgy.
Edgelord.
Edgelord. This sounds like you spend a lot of time jerking off and not coming. Dan Aykroyd made an appearance in this.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a lot of celebrities in this movie. Like, I didn't realize
Serena
how many people.
Williams
Yeah.
cameoed. What?
Yep.
And Martha Stewart.
Yep, because he wanted the Martha Serena sandwich.
The Fire Blaster wants Serena Williams and
Martha Stewart. I almost said Barbara Streisand.
Ooh, that would be a sandwich.
Okay, so they compete. He loses. Oh yeah, I said during the showdown, they like may the best man win, and they put in quarters. Why would they still have to put in quarters
I
in a competition?
know.
It would already be credited right up, or the machine would have been hacked. So
Like,
you just hit
what
start.
a rip
Like,
off.
yeah, you got to compete, but it's a BYOQ.
Yeah.
Bring your own quarters.
Bring your own fucking quarters.
Bullshit.
Fun fact that has nothing to do with the movie. Well, actually, yes, it does.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Later on in the movie, Adam Sandler and the Colonel, Violet, that's her name.
Oh. Michelle Monaghan.
Yes.
Michelle Monaghan.
Jill Monahan. They're in a bar, and she brings out this Crystal Skull vodka, and Dan Aykroyd is the one that founded that brand. And I
Didn't put that together.
didn't either, but I remember when I was in Edmonton when I was like 12.
You saw him there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you told me about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell
in
me
a
again.
liquor store.
Really?
He was in a liquor store in Edmonton, and I went and I got his autograph, and I got a photo taken with him. And I had no idea why he was there. Like, I was 12 or 13. I just knew him as a Ghostbusters dude. And now thinking about it, like, he was probably there because
Promoting
he
his-
released his
Yeah,
alcohol. So, wow.
That's kind of cool. Wow. So flash forward. Well, I'm guessing. So they say 30 years. The time frame, like I'm looking at, it's 2015. It was almost like it was 2013 in this movie
Yeah.
because they're like it's been 30 years. No, 2012. Kevin James is the president.
That's what
terrible,
I wrote.
a terrible president.
I was like, so he's the president of the United States.
And
America.
he just decides to shut down a street and clear out a restaurant, a bar, just to go have a burger with his old pal. Why wouldn't he just invite him to the White House or
Yeah.
or have food delivered? Like I don't think.
Like, that's how you get people pissed off
Yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Like, you hear celebrities doing that, and it just puts, like, a weird taste in your mouth. Like, really? You took
Yeah.
over the whole place and ruined everyone else's, like, plans for the day just because you can and you want privacy? Like,
Yeah. Well, I like that. Just seems like a huge misuse of government energy, money.
Yeah.
It's like no, like you're paying people to watch you, and like outside there's people protesting, like you're fucking useless, you suck, and
He's
they
like, "Thank you so
hate him.
much."
He's like, whatever, cool. It just seemed like he would be trying a little bit harder to increase his approval ratings.
Yeah,
by
like-
not doing that. Get the burgers delivered to the freaking White House.
right? And how stoked would that delivery driver be, too?
Yeah, I get to go to the White House. Sweet.
Right.
So this movie is about these kids who compete in a video game competition, an arcade competition. When in 1982, they record it, they televise it, record it, send it into a capsule into space, and 30 years later, an alien race has found this capsule, created video game characters to attack
Earth, because they took it as a
a threat.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you send us a threat of violence. Like, it's just people playing video games.
yeah, like,
Well, how is that? Like, they're obviously not smart aliens.
no.
Because like, they could have just sent out a scout to maybe be like, let's go check it out. Let's send Steve. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Doing anything this weekend? Nope.
Send
wanna send you to
fucking
Earth.
Cubert.
Yeah. Fuck you, birds. But I thought that's all of a sudden, yeah. So then so they take it as a sign of threat. Then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight you. We're gonna fight you. And it's
Yeah.
gonna be you get 3 lives, just like the video games. And then whoever loses all 3 lives, the planet gets destroyed.
Which
At the end, there's nothing said about that. So
yeah.
I just realized that now.
And then they start attacking Earth, and they don't even give them a heads up, like
No.
3 lives.
Yeah.
So it's already like, in their favor.
Yeah, so they just send space invaders unannounced to attack a base in Guam.
Yeah.
Was the fire pixelated?
I think so.
It looked pixelated. So I'm thinking like anything that it touched turned into pixels.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah, but to fight them, they get Kevin James's best friend, Adam Sandler, the arcade expert from back in the day, to train Marines to fight aliens. So this already, I'm like, this is going to be off to a good start. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they just claim random lives too. Like they just took some military dude.
Yeah.
And how was that a win? Like, how was that a win? There was no competition. It's just you just bombed something.
Yeah.
And now you're like, we won.
Ha.
That wasn't even a battle.
2-0 or 1-0.
That wasn't even a battle. It was just an attack.
Yeah.
So, like, how is it fair, you cheating fucking aliens?
We're introduced to, what's his name? Josh Gad's character.
It was Josh Gad.
Glasses, the really awkward one who loved Lady Lisa.
Okay, hang on. We skipped over. So Adam Sandler is an install guy for entertainment systems and shit.
Wow, that orange uniform.
Oh yeah, horrible.
Wow.
But he shows up at this Michelle Monaghan's house, and the kid is very like just telling him everything.
Yeah.
Telling a complete stranger, oh yeah, mom and dad are getting a divorce, and this is like a thank you or like a hey, keep me quiet, happy sort of gift, like $8,000 worth of fucking entertainment equipment. I'm like, he doesn't need to know this.
Yeah.
It's not like you're talking like your old pals.
I know.
Like, hey, what's up, Uncle Jerry? Come on in, install this shit for me. I'm like, why? No, you wouldn't talk to a complete stranger like this in your home.
His dad left his mom for a 19-year-old Pilates instructor named Cinnamon with an S.
Oh my God.
Wow.
First of all, who would name their child Cinnamon with an S?
Someone who's illiterate.
It's just bad parenting.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. It's bad parenting. Mm-hmm. Don't name your kid Cinnamon. Yeah, like,
right?
Well, she's going to be a doctor. Honey, I think she's going to be an entertainer, a.k.a. stripper. Mm-hmm. I dated a stripper once.
Did you?
For about 3 months.
Whoa.
We met in Red Deer. She was from Aldergrove. She was in town working. She showed up at the gym I was working at. And whenever the pretty girls would come in and I just needed a membership for a week, you're like, bam, you're in town working. Yeah, so I met her at the gym. She started hitting on me, and then I invited her to one of my classes, and then we went on a date. And she's like, when I asked her, she's like, I'm just in town for like a week. And she kind of looks around and she goes, I'm a dancer. I'm like, I kind of put that together myself. She's sweet, but yeah, dumb as a post. I'm going to hang up my heels and get an apron. I helped her carry $8,000 cash to the bank in Red Deer. That on top of her $1,500 check for the week. For 6 days of dancing. 6 nights of dancing. $8,000. I'm like, there's no way you're going to give this up. You got the golden handcuffs.
Wouldn't.
She went and bought, she took me to Vancouver my first time ever in 2009, and she bought a $3,000 Coach bag. Ooh. I go, yeah, you're really going to fucking stop doing this. $3,000 purse.
I am rethinking my life choices.
Yeah.
Wow.
$8,000. I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy.
You know what's wild? Side note about strippers.
Everything.
When I was in Vegas, you see like the strippers and stuff. Mm-hmm. In the States, I don't think strippers like get naked. I think it's just their bikini stuff, because I remember watching this show once, and it was How I Met Your Mother, and Robin was from Canada, and she was talking about how in Canada, like, she said, like, the strippers get right down to their beaver pelts. And then Barney was like, what the fuck? And I think that's a thing. I don't think strippers get totally naked in the States, but they do here.
I think they might get topless.
But not bottomless.
You see topless in movies.
Yeah,
in the
States.
States.
See Bush.
No. Well, you shouldn't see Bush these days. Come on.
Hey.
Bush is back.
So he goes upstairs, like doesn't say, hey, kid, go find your mom, please. No, wanders through the house. Knocks on her door. She's in the closet crying, as if she'd hold herself together until he was gone.
Yeah.
You'd think, right? But she's like, oh, I'm crying in here and drinking wine. And he just comes in, lets himself in, and they start talking, tries to kiss her.
Yeah.
But she's crying because she says, my husband is marrying Cinnamon. I'm like, what? What? Oh, you're not even divorced yet and already marrying the 19-year-old. Mm-hmm. Like, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty shitty.
I like that we don't even meet him, too. Like, I liked that he wasn't, like, part of it.
She was giving him the kiss me eyes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Didn't mean you. I'm like, you were staring at him like you wanted it.
Yep. No, she was totally giving him.
was.
And you've been like drinking wine in a closet talking about your lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a moment. And then he even said, I thought there was a moment. And she was like, there was. And then she gets all bitchy and snobby.
She's like, I wouldn't kiss like
yeah.
a 220 pound or whatever. And he's like 208.
Yeah,
I'm
she
like, you
was
snobby bitch.
She was like, my rebound isn't going to be a 210-pound guy installing flat screen TVs.
Who doesn't brush their teeth?
Fuck. Oh, yeah. Like, fuck you. Like, maybe this is why he's leaving you.
Yeah, because you a bitch.
Like, that's
she's-
so incredibly rude. And that pissed me off.
But she is very attractive. I like Michelle
Yeah.
Monaghan.
And I even said that. I was like, why the hell would Daddy-O leave Hot Mama for Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. But still,
Yeah.
she is
He-
fine.
Oh yeah, he gets a call to go to the White House.
Oh, yeah. And then he leaves her house and he's like, she's following
Yeah.
me.
And he moonwalks into the Oval
the-
Office. But I like how they cut to just his feet. I'm like, that wasn't him.
Nope.
There's no way that was him. Like, oh, somebody's more important. Nice little throwback to
Billy Madison.
No. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, right.
Somebody's closer. Shoot him a Gavin. Like, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
They attack a U.S. military base.
Yeah.
So they've already got it out for the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't they attack anything else?
Probably because it was only Americans in that video.
Maybe, I guess. Maybe we've done something to the aliens. The Americans have, and they're mad.
Keep me out
No,
of
no,
it.
the Americans.
Yeah. We didn't
Bloody
do,
yikes.
we didn't do shit.
Bomb the aliens. So that's what fucking dickbag starts talking about.
Oh,
So yeah, Brian Cox, Admiral Porter, loved him in Super Troopers.
Who let Grandpa in here?
I say we just do this and bomb them. I'm like, no, you can't.
Side note, Brian Cox, I watched a movie recently, really good, called The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Ooh.
Jane Doe. Brian Cox is in it. Wow.
Good?
Such a good movie. Holy shit.
He's been in a few roles that I've been like, dude, this guy's got some acting chops. Because like I remember I think the first time I saw him was Super Troopers.
The first time I saw him was in X-Men 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's that
William
fucking-
Stryker.
Okay, yes, this is where we meet Buddy with the glasses.
So,
Why is he? Okay, hold on. It looks like he's sitting there on his hands and knees, ass up,
yeah.
without any pants on. I think it's just the way his pants are sitting. But I checked it. I watched it twice and went, he's on his hands and knees with his ass in the air. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, what was he expecting?
And then he gets punched out of the van so
yeah.
hard he flies out the back doors into the street.
Because they're easy open doors. Like,
Yeah.
They you hit a
You
door
don't
like
lock
that.
'em.
They totally blow open.
Yeah.
With a 180-pound dude. That I thought was silly. I'm like, how did he? Because I think I looked away for a second. I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
Why is he on the fucking road? And that's
then-
when I watched it back.
And then he had chloroform with him.
Yeah.
Like, what was he gonna do?
Well, and this guy,
You
because
freak.
his whole reason for this was to find him so he could tell him that he knows Earth is being attacked by
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah.
And because he was watching something and he intercepted a message from old what was that name of that president?
Richard Nixon.
Was it Nixon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not a crook.
Arroo. So Futurama has just ruined the image of him for me. Actually made it better, I guess.
Yeah.
Arroo. The head of Richard Nixon. He drives out of the White House in the van as if they're not going to check him. They're not just like, yeah, go on through.
Yeah.
No, it's the fucking White House. They're going to search every vehicle coming in, every vehicle coming out.
Yeah, even if it's your,
Even
even if it's the president's best friend.
Because like he just was like, oh, hey, what's up? And just goes right in.
Yeah.
I'm like, this, no, because she had to show clearance, like a card. And yeah, I'm sure they know who he is. They've seen him enough, but they still be like, dude, we still got to search your van. Just
Yeah.
pop it open. Because you got a person in the back who went into the White House and back. Like,
Watching that video, it said the next attack is going to be in India. And then the president's like, I can't fucking send people to India based on the fact that like some crackpot thinks that aliens are attacking us. And then the Taj Mahal gets blown the fuck up.
yep.
And then that dude starts taking a selfie with the blowing up of the Taj Mahal. And then he gets beamed up. And I'm like, that's what you get, bitch.
Yep, should have ran.
Yeah.
Should just ran. Should just got a zigzag.
Yeah,
Man, Baba move.
serpentine.
Don't run in a straight line. Been playing a lot of Apex Legends. I'm learning that. Can't just run straight line.
So at this point, we learn that Michelle Moynihan is lieutenant colonel. And I said, I can appreciate the fact that there's a female in a power position as
Totally.
colonel, but it's not going to be her saving the world. You know, this whole movie's about like Adam Sandler's character and like him having a redemption arc
Oh, Jesus.
for video games and saving the world.
Yeah.
So, like, I love that there's a female in power and like there's that representation, but why are you still going to have characters like Brian Cox and Sean Bean actively tell her like, we're not listening to you, blah, blah, blah. Like why put a female character in a position of power only to like show her being belittled and disrespected by
Yeah.
her peers? Like, it's
Because she would be respected as fuck.
yeah, you're not doing anything like from, you know, being 2015, they obviously were trying to put in like more representation and like powerful female characters, which is respectable, but don't then put her in positions of like her walking into the ball and like everyone's like, oh my God, she's so pretty. Like that's all she has to offer. Like she was the one who designed the fucking weapons to kill the
Yeah.
alien pixel characters. Like
She should have had way more control over everything.
right. Yeah, so just reducing her to a character like that.
Object.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. I'm like, just don't include her at all in a position like that if you're really just going to make it like a joke.
Especially because she's standing beside, like, Brian Cox's character is an idiot.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. Like, you got to think that's one issue I had with this too. Your top level military. You are the tippy top. You're in the White House advising the president.
Yeah.
You're smarter than this. You're not a fucking moron. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no, let's just nuke them.
And you're not
no.
And you're not going to be like you're not going to be in a position like that and mentally not be equipped.
Exactly. Like my buddy just got back from military training, and he's talking about like, yeah, there's guys up there that are like, they know the shit, they know what they're doing. They earned that spot.
Yeah.
They're not morons. I just felt like these military people in this movie were just portrayed as idiots, especially like a little bit later on. So
then they take over the Taj Mahal. It's 2-0. They have one more life before they're fucked, and then they figure out the coordinates are in London. And then so they just go to London and are, you know, the president's with the prime minister, and she was a female character. I like that. But wouldn't the U.S. government need clearance from the U.K. to bring those mass weapons over?
Probably.
And that would require them to tell the government in the UK that, oh yeah, there are aliens that are creating video game characters to defeat Earth. And then you would have to say that on a limb that they would fucking believe you.
well, I was thinking that through this movie too. I'm like, have they told like the public?
Yeah, no,
I don't think
they didn't.
anybody's been told anything. They haven't, like, the president didn't give out like a speech like, hey,
No.
my fellow Americans.
No.
We are under attack by an alien force.
No.
Because like that, I thought was silly. Because there's one point, getting ahead of myself, where there's just thousands of people in the street while Pac-Man's ripping shit up.
Yeah.
Like, why are these people? Get the fuck out of the streets.
Yeah.
They're running towards Pac-Man. I'm like, wow, you're just dumb. I made a little note. I'm like, why is the president so iffy about people sitting in his chair?
Yeah.
Like, Buddy goes to sit down. He's like, get out of the chair. Okay, then. Like, who gives a shit? It's a fucking chair.
Yeah.
Let him sit in the chair. If I
My
was like,
president
if I was the
chair.
president, and like my friend came in here, I'd be like, totally sit in the chair, man.
Yeah. I'd be
Don't
like,
sit in
do
the
it.
chair.
You feel powerful.
So now Ludlow, what's his name?
yeah.
He's given the speech, which is just insane. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, and he's like, okay, sorry about that, guys, moving away. Like, that guy would have got just smoked by somebody.
And you know what's surprising to me? He, in 2013, was in the movie Frozen.
Oh.
He voiced like the snowman Olaf. So,
Oh, that's him.
yeah, so he
Oh.
did that in 2013, and then he did this in 2015.
Well, he probably had a pretty big budget and probably got paid really well.
True.
Okay, so then, they're in there and they're training all these guys on the arcade games.
Yeah.
And Ludlow's walking around like he would have been knocked out.
Yeah.
Slapping the asses of Marines. With the first slap, the big guy would have just been bam, elbow, done. Don't fucking touch me,
Yeah.
you nerd. Because I just thought, I'm like, dude, this is so stupid. There's
No.
no way. Like, he's like, yeah, slapping that one guy's ass like 3 times. That guy would have picked him up and body slammed him.
They go to talk to,
Boromir.
yeah.
I'm amazing Sean Bean didn't die.
Yeah, right?
Always dies in everything. It's unlucky.
I remember reading this article that says like Sean Bean is spelt the exact same way,
Yep.
just replace the S with the bean, but
Sean Bond.
Sean Bahan
Bon.
or
Scene
Scene Bean.
It's weird when names are like that.
I know.
You should be Sean Ben. Sean Bon.
Sean Bon.
Okay, so he calls him a walking wiener coat. I Googled it. It's just being a dick.
Oh.
It's an Urban Dictionary, just being a dick. I'm like, well, he wasn't really being a dick at all.
No.
So you're kind of insulting
You're
him.
being a dick.
Yeah, you're being a walking wiener coat. So then this I got really annoyed with. Okay, these Marines are morons, these ones, because they like follow the patterns. They're not doing anything that they trained for, which seems silly. But Adam Sandler walks up and he goes, he's trying to tell Sean Bean what needs to happen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's like, if I want your fucking advice, I'll ask for it. I'm like, no, you're not that stupid.
Yeah.
You'd be going, okay, you're the expert. You've been training these guys. What should we do? You fucking dick.
I know. And he's like, oi, get back, yank.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
Dude, he's the guy that trained all these people.
Yeah.
He knows what's happening. And then he grabs a gun and just starts fucking shooting the shit out of people. Mm-hmm. Sam and Ludlow get the guns and start shooting these things. And I can't remember what song kicks in, but it was actually like the soundtrack was pretty sweet.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was like,
Soundtrack was good.
Working for the Weekend.
That's right. So they start shooting people. And one of the centipedes gets onto the ground and jumps towards Zod and Sean Bean. And they hug.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're grown men, military leaders.
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, fuck it. You're gonna pull out a gun and start shooting that thing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hug each other. I'm terrified.
I know.
It's just the portrayal of characters in this movie was so annoying.
Yeah, if you weren't one of the three main characters, like your character arc, your character traits, they just didn't matter.
So that one he's like, you handle the rest of these, I'll go get this one. He chases that centipede. It goes into some old lady's house. Why would the centipede stop to do aerobics?
I know. The centipede's just like...
It stops, looks back, and is like...
I'm like, okay.
No,
sure.
It wouldn't. It would just keep going.
Yeah.
And then they win, and they celebrate.
Yeah.
Why are they drinking? I'm like, it's 2-1, guys. You know this. Why not go, hey, let's prepare for the next battle.
Yeah. No,
let's make sure we're
drunk.
clear-headed and good. No, let's just drink and celebrate. And like even if the president at one point's like, oh, let's not get too crazy. Because I think he says that. I can't remember.
Yeah. Or someone says like, oh, no, I'm the president. I can't be seen having a beer, so cover your eyes.
She calls herself the vodka shot record holder at one
Yeah.
point. Okay, do you remember watching Indiana Jones
Yep.
and the Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yep.
The drinking scene? Mm-hmm. I want to remake that scene, but
her.
but no, more PC. And it's like, it's in 2019, so they're just drinking kombucha instead. People cheer.
Oh my God.
I feel so good
What?
and terrible at the same time.
Kombucha.
It just seems odd to me that people are like, that used to be a thing. Like, I can fucking drink you under the table. It's like, don't think that's something you should be proud of.
That's not a thing anymore.
You have an alcohol abuse problem.
Yeah. And then the aliens come over on the TV and they're like, keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was, I was trying to figure out who it was. And they go,
Yeah.
didn't you hear Hall & Oates on the TV? I'm like, Hall & Oates.
Oh,
You ever heard Hall & Oates?
I've heard of them.
They got some classic tunes. They gave him the fucking duck hunt dog.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking dog.
That old lady loved it.
Every time I played Duck Hunt as a kid, I just wish you could shoot that fucking thing. You miss the duck, she's like, God damn it, die! I used to be really good at Duck Hunt. Like, pretty good. Those things, you get to like level 18 and they're just fucking everywhere. And you only get 3 shots. So I'm just like, just track them. Follow the patterns. There probably were patterns. I probably didn't notice.
Yeah. So then they have to go bust out
Fire blaster.
Fire Blaster.
Smoke fingers.
Eddie.
He's hilarious. I love how he's basically just stuck in the 80s.
Yeah.
Still talking the same, Dinklage he was my favorite part of this movie. Mm-hmm. I love Peter Dinklage. He's
Same.
so good. But yeah, they got to bust him out. And what does he wants?
He's like, I want an island.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no. And he's like, I don't want to pay taxes.
Like, well,
I want a card that says I saved the world. I don't have to pay my taxes on gum. And then he's in prison for like tax evasion or fraud.
is that why he was in there?
Yeah. So
Okay.
the president's like, I'm sure we can survive without your sales tax.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll be fine. You're not getting an island. But yeah, then he wants a Serena Williams.
and Martha Stewart sandwich. And then the president's like, we could probably arrange with one. And he's like, Serena Williams.
Would be my
Yeah.
choice too. I don't know why. I bet Martha Stewart's just dirty.
She was in prison. She probably learned some
She'd
stuff.
probably give you a rim job while jerking you off.
And then make you a sandwich.
Nick Swarsden's here. Oh, and he tells him what's up. That scene, they're driving. And why minis? Why
Mini Coopers?
Why not get fast-ass cars?
Yeah, like
I'm talking, yeah,
Lamborghinis.
something quick, because they're like, well, the ghosts are always slower than Pac-Man. I'm like, well, then make fucking faster
Yeah.
ghosts, you idiots.
Yeah. Have race cars. Or if you're gonna like truly stick with the ghost thing, like honestly, Volkswagen Beetles would have made more sense to me.
Yeah, they look more like ghosts. That whole idea of, let's keep it real, guys. Like, you don't want to have too much of an advantage.
Let's keep it authentic.
They've already jumped you twice, you morons.
Yeah.
You need the advantage. Faster cars. And why just 4 of them? Why
Yeah.
not like 20 of them? Just block every street. And
I
this
guess
will-
because that's not in the game. And then the 4th, so the 3 drivers are Ludlow, Brenner, Fire Blaster.
Fire Blaster.
And then the guy who,
Yeah.
I was looking at trivia, the actual guy who created Pac-Man, that wasn't him because he can't speak English, but they got someone who like,
Looks like him.
yeah.
Cool.
But it was so cute. He's like, let me talk to him. He's my son.
He is not mean. He's not bad. He's good.
And then Pac-Man bites his hand off and he's like, kill that stupid bitch.
And I thought that was, I'm like, why would you try to talk to it?
Yeah.
You know it's an alien.
Yeah, like,
you know
this is-
created by aliens sent down here to murder you. So just don't talk to it. Right there, they could have just hit him.
Yeah.
They could have driven right at
Yeah.
him right there. Boom, there's one down.
Yep.
Gone. And then he's got 2 lives left.
I know.
Like there was no common sense in this situation. I'm like, just jump him right there. He's right in front of you. Just slam into him.
And the fact that like all the shots were on the Mini Coopers, I'm like, was this movie like sponsored?
Oh, probably. They
You
probably
know?
had some money from Minnie.
And
think.
and then when they were like chasing Pac-Man, the only thing that was going through my head was the Tokyo Drift song from Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, where it's like bum 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 ba-da-da-dum, bum. That's all I was thinking about when they're like drifting around.
I fucking love those stupid movies.
Me too.
Yeah, they put The Rock in there. Fuck yeah.
I know that scene in I think the like 7th one where
They drive through the building into another building into another building.
no, but no, it's The Rock improvised something like not Ludacris, but the other guy, I forget his name. He was like, "Oh, you better hide your baby oil," and that was in the script. And then The Rock was like, "You better hide that big ass forehead," and that was improvised. And Ludacris like spit out his beer, laughing so hard, and they kept it in the film.
Nice.
And I'm like, damn, like The Rock is like
He's franchise
such a good-
Viagra, as he said on SNL when he hosted, because he was like, I was in the new Fast and Furious movie, and he does a song called Franchise Viagra. It's actually really funny.
It's
But yeah, those movies are they're so cheesy, but
love
they're
them.
so much fun.
The
so
soundtrack's
entertaining.
always good. It's always like bumping.
Oh, yeah. Tyrese.
Thank
Tyrese.
you. Yes,
He's fucking ridiculous.
I know.
Oh, okay. So the rules of this stupid video game competition don't make sense. Because Pac-Man gets 3 lives.
Yeah,
Why the fuck don't the humans get 3 lives?
I know.
Like seriously, why don't like 3 lives altogether? Yes, understand that. But in Space Invaders,
Yeah.
you got 3 turns per quarter. And in the other one that attacked fucking the little blocks that did the Taj Mahal,
yeah,
3 lives again. So, but then Pac-Man gets to come back 2 more times.
yeah.
How is that fair?
I know. And then he like eats Ludwig's car, and he jumps out, and that's just it.
Ludlow.
Oh yeah,
Ludwig. I just started thinking of one of the
Beto.
No, the bad guys from a Mario 3. Remember the like when Mario 3 had to beat all the bosses and one was Ludwig? Oh yeah, then I said, how does Eddie teleport? And we find out later
Yeah,
he
he's
cheats.
cheat codes in his sunglasses.
So how does you can't cheat code transport a fucking car?
Yeah.
Like a real car.
Like
where you're
this
not
is
in-
still real
Yeah,
life.
you're not in a video game, you're driving an actual metal car.
Yeah.
He's driving backwards.
And like it's been 10 seconds by the time he gets to like 3.
Oh, he's counting really slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Like
and a
shut
half.
up.
Maybe you get more than 10 seconds and he just had that count in his head from Pac-Man. I don't know. I don't want to give him that much credit.
No.
But yeah, the reverse driving kill. And then I said, why are there so many fucking people out? And this is where I figured
Yeah.
they haven't told the world.
No.
The world would be going insane at this point because now there's got to be television footage of it somewhere,
Yeah.
of this Pac-Man battle. And people know that Taj Mahal got torn apart by aliens and that base in Guam. There is no way people wouldn't be in a fucking huge panic.
Yep.
Like there'd be jammed streets of cars and people trying to get shit. Like it'd be like riots.
Yeah.
Total fucking riots. And then, they give him Cubert. Now, this is, we were talking about this earlier. My issue with this is the military would have taken, first of all, the dog, and interrogated the fuck out of that dog. And then Cubert. Cubert can speak English and understand English. How?
Cubert.
Like, so these aliens are, again, maybe they're super smart and they understand English and they speak multiple languages.
Yeah.
But I said, like, that Cubert would have been torn apart and analyzed, and they would have done an autopsy on him. They would have figured out what the fuck he was.
And,
But no,
interrogated him.
yeah, he's just allowed to just hang out. He's cool. It's no big deal. I'm sure our humans are getting fucked up by these aliens.
Yeah,
now.
right.
And here's another thing I just thought of. These aliens are dropping these things from where? Like, do they have a ship up in orbit? Is there a ship?
guess so.
Like, so we should have had visual confirmation on this ship.
Yeah.
There should have been, like, the satellites should have figured it out. Like, oh, we have a ship right here. Why don't we send up Trump's Space Force? Fucking blow it out of the sky.
Space Force.
Space Force.
Oh.
I wonder if that's still a thing. I haven't. You know what?
Probably.
I have not paid attention to anything that's been happening down there in the last probably a year, and I feel really good about that.
Right. The president throws a ball, and little Cubert's there in a little tuxedo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where? Who made a tux for Cubert?
Probably
Seriously. Who?
Mark
Like,
Jacobs.
Somebody in that time frame, in that 2-hour time frame, was like, "We need a custom Cubert-sized tuxedo that's going to fit this
And then he
weird
had
oblong
he had
object."
huge shoes. Like
Well,
Cubert's
Cubert always had big
packing.
feet. He always had big feet. You know what they say about a guy with big feet, right?
Big snoot.
Wears big shoes. Usually has big hands, big socks. So then they celebrate again.
And
Let's
then
get drunk again, guys.
And then the aliens tap into their feed and they were like, they're like, you haven't followed the rules. You disqualified yourself. Therefore, we're going to blow your shit up. Except then they didn't blow their shit up.
No, they didn't blow anything up. And they should have opened up a line of communication to Earth. So we could be like, hey, you know what, motherfuckers? You guys cheated. You attacked us without warning. That's not cool. But no, there's no they're just like, no, we're just going to fuck with these guys.
Yeah, they're making the rules.
Yeah, and they don't even know what we're capable of. There's that too. Have they done research? Do they know what Earthlings can do?
Yeah.
Earthlings? Humans?
And then,
Earthlings.
so then everyone's freaking out, and then they send all of these video game characters down into DC to kill everything and decimate everything. And then no one knows where the president is, and then all of a sudden we see the president on a crane, and he saves them by grabbing a frog from Frogger and throwing it.
That's right. Because he knows how to operate a crane.
Yeah, 'cause
you
he
don't
was
need
a
training to
master.
run a crane.
Well, no, at the beginning of the movie, he won that Chewbacca mask using the crane, and he even
Oh,
said
he
was
was-
like, "I'm super good at the crane game."
But here's the thing: have you ever actually seen a construction crane, or sat in a seat of a construction crane?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay,
but they're huge.
Well, up on site, we had there's 60-ton cranes, 120-ton, and they go up and up and up. And they get the tower cranes and stuff. But the crane he was in, there's not just one handle and a button. There's multiple boom out, boom in.
And
Fucking,
isn't there a clutch too? I feel like
it might be. There's all sorts of controls.
Yeah.
I doubt the president of the United States knows how to operate a 100-ton crane.
Yeah.
It's just no.
It's not the
He doesn't.
same as the crane game.
No,
bitch.
And he was wearing the
his
Chewbacca mask. He went home and got the mask and then came better go get the Chewbacca mask first. It's gonna come in handy later.
Yeah.
You can't
And he
see
never
out of the damn
wears
thing.
it again.
God.
And then so Snobby grabs a gun and fuck that Smurf up. She killed him.
Yes.
I was
Just
like-
don't tell anybody I killed the Smurf.
Yeah.
Why?
And then
It's an alien.
I said, once they got beamed up, I said, Cubert better be safe. Oh my God, so help me.
Oh, I wrote the kid. His life would have been the third, right?
I guess.
Should have been over. They sucked up a third life.
Yeah.
Should have been over. And why would they even
Suck him
suck
up
the
if
rest
they
of
were
them up?
just gonna,
So that was just pointless.
Yeah.
It's no, it doesn't make any sense because you should be eradicating the earth now because you've won. Mm-hmm. Stick to your rules that you made.
So they get sucked up. And then sure enough, I called it too earlier on in my notes. I said Donkey Kong's going to be the last game and provide a character arc for Brenner who's going to win. And so Donkey Kong's the last game. And then Michelle Moynihan's son tells him that Blaze Fingers cheated. And then Adam Sandler's like, I'm the Donkey Kong champion of the world. And then proceeds to just go on this.
Annihilation.
Yeah.
I wrote, Lady Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was a fox.
She was fine. And then she goes to kill Josh Gad, and he's like, if you have to do this, that's fine, but, I love you or whatever. And then she doesn't speak at all in this movie, might I add, because in the video game, she didn't speak. That's why. Trivia. I looked it up.
I like that you look up the trivia. That's sweet.
And then she joins forces with them
Yeah, just turns.
based on his proclamation of love, I guess. And then when Adam Sandler kills the boss, Donkey Kong, Lady Lisa, goes away. She
Yeah.
and he's like,
Loser.
no. And then they are having another party, and because they actually won this time. And of course, Adam Sandler, gets the girl. They kiss.
When he says at one point, you're still my second favorite president.
Yeah.
I'm like-
because
Says something about Obama.
yeah, he's like,
Obama's
Barack's
still
my man.
Yeah. I'm like, what? And that was it Sandler that said that?
No. It was the first guy that got abducted in Guam.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
Yeah. Thinking about that, so in this timeline, Barack Obama was not president anymore. But that happened in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie came out in 2015.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? What the fuck?
I don't know. This is silly.
Get your timeline together, man.
Oh, so Cubert's still alive.
Yeah.
So do we get to keep the trophies?
That's what they lead upon.
Yeah.
That because they won, they get to keep the trophies. And then Hubert transforms himself into Lady Lisa for Josh Gad, and Adam Sandler hits the nail on the head, and he's like, is anyone else weirded out by the fact that Hubert was literally that was literally just Hubert? And then it's all happy ending, and then it flashes forward a year later, and there's a wedding photo of Josh Gad and Lady Lisa, and then Josh Gad's like, kids, I'm home, and it's a bunch of Huberts in a crib.
Hubert babies. Why wouldn't you think
Why can a video game reproduce? Why?
well, why are they so cool with the aliens sticking around?
Yeah.
Why aren't they going no, we need to quarantine these things and analyze them because these could be the spies that are left behind. This could be the aliens just tricking us. Going well, here, you guys can keep them then. And they're just scoping us out till they attack us again. And that's another thing. When the aliens just invade, why would they make it a game?
I know.
They'd be just these people want to fuck us up. Let's just kill them. Let's just kill them.
Yeah, let's just fuck them up, man. No, it does. Yeah, they're that's it. Stupid.
Swish. Oh, like I said, it wasn't. I didn't hate it.
No,
It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
but
the effects were nice.
but it was just so dumb.
The effects were better than push effects.
Yeah, yeah. It was. This is a very childish movie. It was. Good for a 10-year-old or 8-year-old. But even there, kids these days, you'd be like,
They'd be like, "What the fuck?
Doesn't make any sense. Who's Cubert?"
Yeah,
and that's another thing. It actually wasn't. If you think about it, it was directed more towards parents.
But
nostalgia.
Yeah,
right?
it was directed the way they did it. It was directed more towards parents and people who played those games in the 80s. But the humor and stuff was very kid-like, and the way they went about the premise was very childlike. So you're not reaching either audience fully.
No, they kind of went, let's just keep it right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right in the middle, satisfy everybody. But then they're like, no, you're not satisfying anybody.
The one thing I was satisfied with was the soundtrack, though.
Soundtrack was good.
As soon as they started playing Queen in the montage of the 82, I was hyped. I was like, yes.
What song was it?
We Will Rock You.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then they played it again when he was defeating Donkey Kong, and I was like, yeah.
I did Peter Dinklage was awesome.
Yeah,
I was a big
hands
fan.
down.
And he got Serena and
Yeah,
What's
and
Martha
Martha
Stewart
Stewart
at the end?
at the end. Serena Williams texted him when they were on the White House lawn, and she was like, hey, world saver, whatever. And then Martha Stewart just emerges with a sandwich.
oh, who made the invaders or the arcaders outfits? Somebody at one point was like, okay, we need to have these outfits made. They got a
these
tailor on hand
jumpsuits.
for a Cubert tux and fucking arcader outfits. Come on. You wouldn't
Yeah.
be doing this. But I like to think of that in a lot of movies. When you watch a movie, who made all these outfits for,
Right.
say, oh, we got to save the world. We have 24 hours. But someone's like, hey,
Someone
make
made
some
jumpsuits.
outfits for these guys, okay? Because we need logos.
Yeah.
No. I give this one Super Mario Brothers Goomba out of 10. That's all I could think of.
I will give it 1.
I'll give it 2.5.
Yeah.
It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great.
I'll give it 2 Catwoman leg swipes. You remember that video game? It was the first video game I ever played on my PS2. It was a Catwoman video game.
I never played the Catwoman video game, but you're making me think of
shit.
X-Men arcade game Nightcrawler.
Oh.
To jump around. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Real Garbage Podcast. We're on
YouTube.
Spotify, YouTube,
Podbean.
iTunes, Podbean. Tune in.
Castbox. We are on Castbox. I checked it out.
Are we?
Yeah.
I don't remember putting us on Castbox, so that's cool. Yeah. All right, let's call her there. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.